Hi everybody, how you doing tonight? As you could tell, as I put out there, this is going to be a little bit different tonight. And Mark will be here in a second. He's just got out of the shower. He's been working. What tonight is World Indigenous Peoples Day. And as you guys know, I'm 75% Cherokee. So I wanted to share about myself a little bit more than you've heard in the past. I'm not going to be able to interact with the chat so much, otherwise it'll distract me from my story, and I'm a little nervous about telling you all this. Let me see, how can I begin? This is something about me that is a very important, private, sacred thing to me. And I've talked to Mama G and Thris about it several times. And, you know, they were like, well, you should tell people your story. And I didn't want to at the time. And I hadn't even thought about it in 6 months at least, to tell you guys more about myself in this way. Just so you know, this is the deep, deep part of me. This is not something I go around talking about every day. This is not something I share with everyone. As a matter of fact, a lot of my friends they're not going to know as much as you are going to know tonight. I'm very proud of my heritage. I've been practicing my heritage since I was a teenager. A lot of my relatives would lie and say things like they were Italian or, you know, anything but, you know, they were Spanish of some sort or anything but, because a lot of my family have dark hair, dark skin, whatever. Me, my brother and sister don't. We're the oddballs. We're literally the redheaded stepchildren, right? So they would lie because of the fact that to be Native American or be indigenous was a bad thing. We were considered drunks and abusive and alcoholics and bad tempers and lowlifes. You know, way, way back, the Irish and the Indians, the natives, I don't like to use the word Indians. It's kind of an insult, just so you know. And also the word Injun is a derogatory statement, and so is squaw. So I thought I'd educate y'all just a wee bit about all of this tonight. All those things mean derogatory things. All those words mean derogatory things. And so anyways, back to what I was saying. I got up this morning and something hit me like a ton of bricks. And I'm one of those people that believes that if something is weighing on you, you need to do it. And for some reason today, which is actually the prime day, World Indigenous Peoples Day, it hit me like a ton of bricks this morning. And I talked to Thris and Mama G about it, and I said, I just feel this need to share this part of my life with y'all. And by sharing this, maybe you'll understand a little bit more about me. Okay? So, first of all, this is, like I said, it's going to be a very different kind of members only live. I am still going to do the big giveaway, all that. But what the big giveaway is, I will tell you in just a little while. It's a little different as well. And so is the replay. I have some, you know, the mail's going out tomorrow for everybody that did at the Dibs auction. I did have one lady that didn't have the funds. So I do have a couple that I'll show you that you can email me about if you are interested, but we'll talk about that a little later. Also, I am going to be doing a video about Al Pacchino. As you can tell, I'm pretty serious today, so Al Pacchino video. Also, I'm going to get involved with this Spider Cal with Crystal the Yarny Chicken Crazy Cat Lady, and I hope you all will join us. And also I have a video about Happy Meal. I have some books to review. You know, a few things that I'm going to be doing this week. And a tutorial. I'm going to be making a God's Eye. I'm going to show you guys how to make one of them. Okay, so I'm going to get into my story. Like I said, a lot of my family members never liked to admit that they were Native American, especially the ones that weren't living on the reserves, is which is reservation is what you guys call it. We call them reserves. My family that wasn't living on the reserves would say they were Italian, or they would say anything but Native American, because it wasn't a good thing to be Native American, and you were looked down upon. This is way back in the 50s, whatever. And so we lost a lot of our heritage, our beliefs, our traditions, should we say, in my family due to that. Okay, and my cousin started doing a genealogy thing, and he said, "Do you know that we're descended of two different Cherokee tribes?" And I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah." And he started telling me, "Well, Grandma is 100%, and Grandpa's 50%, 50% Irish." And, he started telling me all these things. And I'm like, wow. So he figured out the math, and he said, that makes you 75%. Wow, okay. I wasn't aware of that. Okay, now I need to tell you about a group that I was involved in my teen and early 20s. They were called AIM, American Indian Movement. And the goal of AIM was to right the wrongs. If there was any prejudice, they would protest. If there was anything that wasn't cool, like, for instance, I don't know if you guys know all of this, but for Native American people, there are no borders. In other words, Canada and the United States, they're the same. Their land, they're the same. So a Native American person, as long as they have their band card, which is the government's way of giving us a number, rather than a social security number, we get a band card. So we could pass freely from Canada to America, and America to Canada, and to any other countries that are connected by land. There are no borders. So we could pass through there without having to go through customs, without having to go through the paperwork, show your ID, your birth certificate, whatever. That did not need to be done. You show your band card and away you went. And there was no search and seizure or any, there wasn't any of that. So AIM, if there was problems at the border with someone, a Native person that was being harassed, whatever, which happened frequently, and I could tell you a story about that, then we would protest at that border. And for instance, real quickie, a friend of ours was selling turquoise jewelry, and he would, him and his family and his children would go to the powwows, and they would do all the powwows. They'd run the powwow circuit and sell their jewelry. That was their way of life. That was their living. And they were stopped at the border. Their band cards were ignored. They were stopped at the border and not only strip searched his wife, children, and himself, but they also cavity searched them. This was just another way to say, poo on you kind of deal. Okay? And they took all of his wares, all of his hard work. So we blocked the bridge that goes between Canada and New York, to Buffalo, New York. We blocked that bridge, the American Indian Movement, on Memorial Day weekend. And we wouldn't let anybody pass through. And I'll never forget, there's so many stories I could tell you about that particular protest, but we blocked the bridge. We were on CNN, all the news stations, everybody was out there, and we blocked the bridge. There was a lady behind me in a car. I was back there and blocking the bridge, and there was a lady in a car, and she was late for bingo, and she couldn't believe we were doing this, But all it was we wanted, number one, his wares and, given back to him and his family so they could make a living. But we also wanted a public apology for the strip searches and the cavity searches and all of that. And it was horrible what they did to him and his family. And they did it just for no apparent reason, just because. Okay? So we blocked the bridge, and that was just one of the things that I was involved in with AIM. AIM at the time, now they've changed their ways a little bit, but AIM at the time didn't like getting band cards either, because they figured it was just another government number, and that we didn't want the government to give us a number. So that was another thing that was going on back then. Also, for instance, they're sovereign. If you live on a reserve, you're sovereign, which means that the outside police, court, things like that have to come to the tribune, the tribe, and to the elders and sit and speak with them and whatever if you've committed a crime outside of the reservation. So there's a lot of things that being Native American sets you apart, and not always in a good way. Okay? And then there's, the people that understand and respect, and we appreciate those people. But more so in the past, it wasn't like that at all. Okay? And so I had to go out and seek people to teach me the Native way, the heritage, the customs, all of those things. I had to go out and physically find the people. Well, through AIM, I met an elder who we clicked. We just immediately clicked, and he became my teacher. Here comes Mark. He became my teacher. And he was well respected at the time. He had run sweat lodges, which I'll explain all that stuff later. When I was 17, I did my first sweat lodge. I'd actually went to a retreat, like a Zen retreat, and some elders from, I'm not even sure which tribe, it's been so long ago, I was 17, came and they set up a sweat lodge and did a ceremony there with us in the sweat lodge. Well, this was a very intense sweat lodge. This was for 24 straight hours. I think we had 2 breaks in 24 hours. We were in the sweat lodge. That started my journey. From that point on, I was going with my elder to sweat lodges in Muncie, Canada. And I did regular sweat lodges. Okay, a sweat lodge. What a sweat lodge is, it's kind of like when you folks go to church. Okay? It's also could be a healing place. It could be a way to get out, the anxieties and the pain or, traumatic things. There's a way to get those out of yourself. What a sweat lodge is, and I am a sweat lodge conductor. What a sweat lodge is, it's a frame made with willows. And it's almost like a dome. And over that dome, they put animal skins. Okay, over the dome. Inside of the dome is a pit that is dug, and hot rocks are brought into that pit. And there's a fire outside heating the granite. They're granite stones. We call them the grandfathers, which rocks are old, right? We call them the grandfathers. The grandfathers are heated out in a fire. I have a miniature kind of thing to show you here. This is kind of what a sweat lodge is like. On the inside, there's a pit where the stones are, where they bring the hot stones from the fire that's outside. And the dome goes over top of it. But the dome has a flap that covers that door. So everything is kept within inside the dome. What they would do, the elder, the sweat lodge conductor, would sing native songs. Like, say, for instance, you're going into a sweat lodge for a healing ceremony. They would bring herbs and cedar and different things in there with them, along with water and a spoon, like a ladle. And they would throw water onto the hot stones. The firekeeper, the gentleman that stood outside, kept the fire going. He would bring stones in every time that they cooled. Okay, sometimes this process would take a couple hours. Sometimes this process went on and on and on. While you're inside that sweat lodge, it used to be way, way back, the natives did it in the nude. Okay. Many, couple hundred years ago, women started wearing dresses, men wore, some sort of pants. And I have my sweat lodge dress back here, which I'll show you in a minute. Anyways, the reason to go inside that sweat lodge, you would sweat, just profusely sweat. And that would get all these toxins out. I'm giving you the literal and the spiritual side of what it is about. The medicine man or the sweat lodge conductor would put different herbs or whatever to heal you. Whatever it is that the problem is with you, to try to heal you. And all that sweat, getting that toxins out. And sometimes you get to the point of hallucinating. Sometimes you would get to a point of just pure exhaustion inside that sweat lodge. But when you came out, you felt invigorated. Okay? You got your phone? Okay. You felt invigorated and new, like you had been cleansed from the inside out. It's the only way I can explain it. So that's how my journey started in learning about my heritage, as I started going to sweat lodge ceremonies. I've been to so many, I couldn't even tell you, probably several hundred in my lifetime. I know this is a very serious thing, but this is a very serious and dear thing to my heart, and I need to share. I want to expel a couple myths. One, my son was a deacon at a church. And when I was doing the ceremony I'm about to tell you about, my son was like, Mom, that's against God. That's worshiping other gods and all that kind of thing. I want to tell you right now that that is such a misgiven, wrong information. First of all, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I pray every day. Okay? And so do most natives, just like most people. Okay? The difference between the two is they call God creator. Well, who is God? God is the creator, right? And the other difference is that they believe everything, every tree, every rock, every animal, every plant, everything that is in nature that makes up this world, wind, water, fire, all of those things have a spirit that you need to honor. I don't see anything wrong with that. Okay? I think that we should all respect nature. I think that we should all honor nature and what God has given us, including the grass, the trees, the animals, the stones. So that is a big misgiven. So I wanted to make sure that that was out here, because I don't want the negativity of, well, then that means that you don't believe in Jesus Christ. Not true. Absolutely not true. Okay, that is one myth that I wanted to get rid of right off the bat. Okay, so while I was doing these sweat lodges, my elder asked me if I would help out at the powwows. So I helped run security at the powwows all over. So I would go from one powwow to the other and I would help out with security. And security was basically just making sure, things went smoothly. There was no fights, security. So I started running security. Well, my husband at the time was asked to do a Sundance. And I went along with him. This is a ceremony which I'll explain. I went with him as support. Well, during a Sundance, the women, they're very separate from the men. The women would go out and gather willow and gather cedar. Now, the reason for the willow was to build almost looks like a circus tent out of trees and branches. That's the arbor, okay? That's what we call it, the arbor, for the Sundance. The women would gather the cedar, which cedar was burned in a fire 24 hours a day until after the ceremony was done. So one day while I was out helping the women, and we were only allowed to wear long skirts, no pants. This is very ceremonial. One day when we were out gathering cedar and willows, the men would pull up in trucks and we'd fill the backs of the trucks, all of us women out in the woods, and we'd haul it all in. They'd fill the back of the trucks and take it to the arbor, and in the same process over and over again until we got everything built. One day when I was out gathering cedar, a very old lady came walking up to me, and I'm thinking, how did she get back here? Because I was pretty far back there, and she was an older lady. I'm gonna say 80s at least. And she came up to me and she handed me a bottle of water and a sandwich, and she said, sit down, let's talk. I said, okay. There's just me and her sitting on a log out in the middle of the woods. You know, everybody else is spread out throughout the woods. And she asked me why I was there. And I said, well, I'm here to support my husband. He's doing the Sundance. And I'm just helping out the ladies, you know. And she said, no, you're here to dance. And I said, oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not here to dance. At that point in my life, I weighed over 300 pounds, totally was not physically fit. And I said, oh, no, I'm not here to dance. Oh, yep, you're here to dance. And she got up and walked away. I was like, I don't know what that was about and who that lady was and, you know, whatever. So I continued doing my collecting of the cedar. Well, we went back. It started getting dark. Everybody went back. We had a feast. We started building, and then the building went on until the next morning. My elder walks up to me. That morning we're having coffee, and he said, so you're dancing? I said, no. And he said, White Eagle Woman says you're dancing, you're dancing. And I said, did you send her out there? And he said, no, she came and found you. I said, I am a heavy woman. I can't do this. Physically, I can't do this, and I don't know why she would ask me. First of all, I'm the whitest looking woman there. I'm like, are you sure about it? Nope, Dee, you're dancing. I said, I'll try. He said, no, there's no trying. You're dancing. So that's how I started my Sundance journey. Sundance. Let me take a drink. What Sundance is, and this is where I'm probably gonna, I don't know, rattle some chains, I'm not sure. Sundance is a ceremony that is performed once a year, depending on where you're at and what band or tribe you are with, and there's a lot of formalities about it. Sundance is, we build the arbor that I was talking about. It almost looks like a circus tent. Inside the middle of the arbor is a big giant tree that they have cut down. This is a tree that they've been praying over all year. They've been feeding this tree, you know, all this kind of thing. It's called the Tree of Life. They bring that tree in, and that holds the center of the so-called circus tent, or the arbor, up. What the Sundance is 4 days of 24-hour-a-day prayer. You pray for everything. You also are dancing for 4 straight days without sleeping, without drinking, without eating. Do you see why I said I couldn't do it? And you're praying 24 hours a day. The entire time this is going on, there is a circle of men that are around this giant drum. And they're playing music and singing. All very spiritual, thank you, Creator kind of songs. And they're playing 24 hours a day. This is a whole separate ceremony for them. The rest of us each have a stall. All the way around there is a section that is yours. All the way around this arbor on the inside. And you don't move from that spot for 4 days. The only time you can leave is if someone comes and relieves you so that you can go use the bathroom. But honestly, after the first day, you don't even have to use the bathroom because you haven't drank or ate anything. And it's exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting. Okay, once you've been committed to a Sundance, you have to do it for 4 consecutive years. And at the end of those 4 years, there's a whole different ceremony. So for 4 years, I went, even though me and that husband divorced, I still went. And for 4 years, for 4 days, I would not sleep, drink, eat, nothing. I would do nothing but pray for everybody in my family, all my friends, everything you could possibly think of, you were praying for. It would get to the point where you were praying for your spare tire to make it. I mean, it was just like you ran out of things to pray for. You just, every little thing in your life, and every little thing in your friends' lives, and every little thing in your family's lives, you would make specific prayers for those things. Okay? And let me show you. During that time, while you're dancing, you're also blowing a whistle. And it's made from an eagle bone. And it's gifted to you by an elder. You put your own necklace on. You make your own whistle. And I have mine here. This is my eagle whistle. It's made out of eagle bone. And this is what I wore around my neck. You clench it in your teeth like this, and there's wax in here that would make it whistle. Mine no longer has the wax. You have to redo it every year. But you clench it in your teeth, and you blow this whistle non-stop the entire time you're dancing. So for 4 straight days, not only are you physically dancing and not drinking, sleeping, or eating, but you're also gripping this in your teeth. Like this. Okay? And praying. What you're doing inside is praying. You're looking at that tree of life and thanking God for your life and your family and, you know, all those things. And you're praying for humanity, and you're praying for good weather, and you're praying for diseases to be gone, and you're praying for everything that you can possibly think of. Okay, this is the thing that may, I don't know. I'm just gonna let you know this part of me that I've never let you know before. During this ceremony, some men get their chests pierced with cherry. It's called choke cherry. It's a certain kind of bark. We have to go find our choke cherry out in the woods and whittle it and make it into pegs. And some men would have their chests pierced and be tied to the tree, and they would be praying with their arms open the entire time during the ceremony. Other people would have their backs pierced right by their shoulder blade with these choke cherry branches, and they would drag buffalo skulls. And the elders would determine how many buffalo skulls they would have. So you'd have this pierced through your back, through your shoulder blades. There's leather straps that go from that to the horns of a buffalo. And if there was more than one, there would be a leather strap that went from that buffalo to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. And this is basically to show your devotion to the Creator, to show how far you're willing to go. Like I said, I know this will be a controversial subject. So, being one of, first of all, this is something for centuries only men did. Definitely not somebody who looks as white as me. And, you know, growing up in Taylor, Michigan, I was far away from my heritage. So here I am, the whitest woman in the world. Red hair, green eyes, out there sundancing. I'm going to tell you, I got some looks. Well, it came time, and there's a piercer that comes. And he goes around to each stall, and he decides for you, that's his job, that's his ceremony. He decides for you if you get pierced or not, If you do, where you get pierced, some people get here pierced, some people get the back, some people get the chest, some people don't get any at all. Well, he came to my stall and he said, you'll drag the buffalo. And I just, I wanted to fall to my knees. I had been dancing for 3 days, and I'm like, are you kidding? I'm scared to death. And he said, you'll be fine. So he led me out into the middle of the arbor and laid me down on a buffalo hide. And I'm telling him the whole time, I'm scared, this is going to hurt. I started crying, and he said, do you have any babies? Are you a mama? I said, yeah, I've had 4 kids. He goes, then this is nothing. And I kind of laughed, and I thought, well, okay. So he pierced my back with my choke cherry pegs that I had whittled, that I didn't think I was going to use, but it's a part of the ceremony, so I made them. He pierced my back, and they decided that I needed to pull 4 buffalo skulls. 4. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. And I said, why 4? You've overcome a lot. You have a lot to be thankful for. You've overcome a lot, which they were right. That's a whole nother separate part of my life. So you'll drag the 4 buffalo skulls. This was on my 4th year. I had already danced for 3 years. Never had gotten pierced. This was on my 4th year, my graduating year, as we'll call it. And he pierced my back. I didn't feel a thing. I was watching all these men get pierced, you know, because I was like in the middle. And I was watching all these men, and they're bleeding, and their faces are all red, and, you know, this is painful, and I'm hearing them cry out, you know, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I'm starting to have, you know, a panic attack. And something inside me was completely calmed. And he took me out there to the buffalo hide, buffalo skin, and he pierced my back. I didn't feel a thing. Didn't bleed a drop. Nothing. I'm like, what is up with all these people? They're all crying and bleeding, and it was kind of horrific. And I didn't bleed. So they connected the buffalo skulls to me. Oh. Then they start the music, and I've got to go. Now, what you do with the buffalo skulls when they're attached to you is you dance around the outside of the arbor. Everybody else is on the inside. You dance out of the outside, and if they rip out of your back, you stop and go back to your stall. Mine didn't rip. I went around the arbor twice. Mine still didn't rip. Finally, they just called me in. When you're starting to pull those buffalo skulls, your skin stretches way out. I know I should have put a warning up for this. But your skin stretches way out, and I was scared, and I was leaning forward, and then I just started pulling them. One right after another. Pull, 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 and they're hitting the bumps on the ground. And they're yanking me back. And I'm pulling, and they're yanking me back. And I'm pulling, and I went around that arbor twice, and it never ripped my skin. I was the only one that happened to. And I thought, oh, I done something wrong or something, you know. So they call me in. I go in, I get back in my stall. I'm not in any pain at all. Nothing. I had a little bit of blood when they pulled it out, which I want to show you my dress. This was the first dress that I danced in. My mama made me this dress. For every ribbon on here, it's an honor that you've received from an elder. For every color and for every ribbon. This was my Sundance dress. These were to represent the moons. Okay? This is my first dress. On the back of my first dress is a flap for if I was to get pierced. If you can see, there's blood spots. Hold on, I have to find them.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I'm
Okay. Anyways, there's blood spots on my dress, but not very many. Oh, here's a little bit here. But these are the colors when I first started dancing that I received. I received turquoise. Each one has a meaning. Black, red, and white. Okay, that was my first set of Sundance dresses. This was my last one. As you can see, at that point, I had a whole lot more colors. In other words, a whole lot more honors. This is my Sweat Lodge dress. A lot worse for wear. I have wore this this was gifted to me by an elder. She made it. It was my Sweat Lodge dress that I've worn for 30 years. 40 years. 50 years now. I haven't been to a Sweat Lodge in a while. Okay. So after my 4th year dragging the buffalo skulls, and it not breaking my skin, all of the medicine people came to my stall. And I thought, why are they coming to me? I'm not even bleeding, nothing. When they first pulled the stakes out, I bled for a second, but that was it. It was done. Well, they packed the holes with tobacco, which is a natural antiseptic. And they told me that I was Wendigo Con, which is a kind of a funny thing. It's like the clown. It's like because it didn't rip my skin and because of things that happened or whatever, that I was Wendigo Con, which it stands for the backwards people. The people that have to do everything and learn lessons the hard way. Totally me. People that have been through a lot in their life but keep a smile. The tricksters, the ones that try to bring joy to other people. And that my lot in life was to bring positive energy, to try to make people smile. That was my gift. The reason I'm explaining this part is because that's why I always say I only want positive energy here. I don't want negative energy here. I want this to be a place where you can come and smile. Because I'm not able to go out and teach like I should be about, positive energy and praying to the Creator and, asking forgiveness and just all the things that I'm not able to go out and do. I can do here, but in my way. So I never felt the need to have to tell you guys all of this. But for some reason this morning I got up and I was like, Dee, you need to tell them. Along with being a sun dancer, after I'd finished my 4th year, my elder, the first woman, White Eagle woman, passed away. I became very, very close with her family. I'll tell you one, for instance. We were in a Sweat Lodge one night, and we were doing a bear lodge. I won't get into all that, but after you do a Sweat Lodge, it's called a bear lodge, you feast on berries. That's a part of the ceremony. After you're all done with it, you come outside, everybody eats berries, and you have a feast besides that, but you also have berries along with it. Well, I'd forgotten to bring the berries, and so everybody was out of the Sweat Lodge, and I could see them up on the hill, but I had to run all the way down through the laneway, which is like a 2-track kind of thing, back to where we did this in Fort Alexander in Manitoba, Canada. That's where I did my Sundance. So I had to run through the laneway and run all the way out to the teepees that we were staying in and get the berries. So I run out there, and just as I'm crossing the laneway, I can see something coming, but the only thing is moonlight. And I can see in the fire that's up on the hill from the sweat lodge, but, that's a good football field away, maybe 2. And I can see something dark coming up the laneway, and I thought it was res dogs. People on the res, they don't keep animals like we do. They don't have puppies that they keep in the house or, in the backyard or whatever. They kind of run in packs, and everybody takes care of them. They feed them, they water them, they help them with childbirth, they, help them if they got ticks, whatever. Everybody takes care of the res dogs. So I thought a pack of res dogs was coming up because I could see this just a dark, and I knew it was an animal, and it was coming up the laneway. And I'm looking and looking. I just kind of stopped dead in my tracks. I'm looking. By the time I realized what it was too late for me to run, and it was a black bear. Well, my grandma always said, you're okay until they rock up on their back legs. They rock up on your back legs, you're in trouble. They're coming to get you. Well, the bear came. Nobody could see me. They're all up on the hill. I can't yell. I can't move. I'm absolutely frozen solid. And I'm watching this bear, and it walks up to me. I can still feel its breath and everything. It walks up to me, and it sniffs me. Now, I'm smelling more like a human than I've ever smelled in my life. I'd been in a sweat lodge for 7 hours. I was as sweaty as you could be. My dress was soaked. And he sniffed me, and I could feel his hot breath. And he sniffed me, and walked in a circle all the way around me, started to walk away, turned around, and started to stand up and do that rocking thing. And I thought, oh, Lord, and I just started praying. He's coming to eat me. I just knew it. And he stopped, dropped back down on all 4, and ran away. I couldn't believe it. I got the berries. I got back up on the hill, and I'm telling everybody my story, and they're teasing me. Those are res dogs, blah, blah, blah. And we're sitting there eating the berries, and there goes the bear. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, I guess it was a bear, And the chief and everyone, they had a meal for me, something about the fact that the bear honored me. And they gave me a bunch of bear claws, bear teeth. Let me see if I can find it. I said it here somewhere. Do you see a bear claw sitting around?
Right there.
Where?
What's your bear claw on there?
No?
Oh, I thought it was. Sorry. No.
Alright, it's here somewhere. Wonder if I dropped it with the dresses. No? Alright, well, I'll just go on with my story, but I'll tell you that. Okay, so they gifted me with bear claws, bear teeth, a bear pelt, and bear grease. I'm sorry, it's been a while. And a quart jar of bear grease, which natives use for everything. It's a salve for your legs if you ache. It's all this, but very few people have it, and the people that do are real stingy with it, So they honored me with that, and then also, I forgot to show you this in the beginning. When I became a Sundancer, they gifted me with an eagle feather to wear in my hair when I danced. So this was my first eagle feather. Along with the bear claws and teeth and all that stuff, they also gifted me with this eagle feather. As you can see, it's all beaded. Now, one thing about eagle feathers, it is a federal offense to have these unless you're native, just so you know. It's actually like 5 different federal offenses, which I find crazy, but, they're a protected animal and all that. So anyways, I was gifted with that feather, and which I'm very proud of, and also the bear claws and bear teeth and all of that. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you was the medicine pipe. At the end of my Sundance, I started to tell you the story that White Eagle Woman passed away. Well, in Native culture, when an elder passes, their family are not allowed to do any kind of perform any ceremonies for 1 year. And because all of their energy and ceremonial energy, that kind of stuff, is meant to stay with that elder that passed. They sing and feast and all that stuff for 4 days to let the spirit go to the creator. Okay, so White Eagle Woman passed away, and her family came to me and asked me if I would run the Moon Lodge. And I had no idea what that even was, and I was like, what is this? Well, I guess the Moon Lodge, I now know, but at the time, this is the way it was explained to me. The Moon Lodge is a place for women who are having their monthly have to go during Sundance, because they believe that a woman is most powerful during that time and would take away from the men who are dancing, take away their energy. So all the women that have their monthly have to go into the Moon Lodge, which is basically a teepee way off to the side. And what happens is the Moon Lodge grandmother, the Moon Lodge, teaches those women different things, about herbs, or building a sweat lodge, or all these different things. And I thought, why me? Of all the people, why me? First of all, I'm very, very white. Am I going to have their respect? What am I going to teach them? And they're like, Dee, come on, you've been doing this your whole life. So I agreed out of honoring the family. So basically it went like I thought it would. The women showed up little by little every day, giving me the side eye, like, what are you doing here? And we were dancing as well, but these women were allowed to take breaks because of their monthlies. So we were dancing, and they were all giving me the side eye. And then one morning, I taught them how to build a sweat lodge. Then the next day, I taught them how to make a medicine. Then the next day, and as time went on, they started to realize that I knew what I was talking about. And what was sad to me is that a lot of these women didn't even know their own heritage. And here they are living on a reserve. It really kind of shocked me. But after, a couple days of that, they definitely gave me respect and understood what I was doing and who I was and all that kind of stuff. And, that I was handpicked by the family, and all that kind of stuff. And so things went a little smoother, but it took a couple of days. But for doing that ceremony for that family, for White Eagle Woman, I was gifted with this. Okay, this is my medicine pipe. As you can see, the dragonfly on it. That was something else that I needed to tell you guys about. The 3 moons there again. In a native's life, they're given 4 different names. Like I was born Deanna, right? So that's going to be my name my whole life, is Deanna. Well, that's not true in Native American culture. In Native American culture, if you're a spiritual person, you're given 4 different names throughout your life. It's like you ascend into the next. Well, at this point, I was known as Dragonfly Woman. Why? I have no idea. I was given that name by an elder. It came to him, and that's what I was called. Hence the dragonfly tattooed on my foot. Okay? Now, after all of these years and, being the grandmother of the Moon Lodge and finishing up my Sundance and doing all the things that I've done, my name was changed again. This is my 4th name, and my native name is Sunfeather. And I've never told you guys that. I don't share a lot. What I'm telling you tonight is not something that even half my friends or family knows. My Native American name is Sunfeather. I was gifted that by an elder. And I'm Cherokee, like I told you, but I studied with the Ojibwa. And because there was no Cherokee people around me at the time, now there are, but at the time there wasn't. And the elders that I came in contact with all happened to be Ojibwa. That's just the way it ended up being. So I learned the Ojibwa way of doing things. So anyways, after that, you know, I'm an elder. I can conduct sweat lodges, but I can only conduct sweat lodges with women, not men. That's what was gifted to me. Also, my gift is to make people feel loved, accepted, only positive energy, make people smile, to be the clown a little bit. That's what my thing is in life that I'm supposed to do. So I thought I would come on here tonight. I know it's a lot, guys. I thought I would come on here tonight and share that with you so you can maybe understand a little bit better where I'm coming from, why I don't like the negativity and all of that. There's a reason. It's not just because I don't like negativity. Also, being an elder, I've had people, like I was in Lincoln Park, Michigan, and I was at American Indian Services there, and a guy said, "You're a sun dancer?" You know, because if you're a sun dancer, you're held in... It's almost like meeting the Pope. I know, it sounds silly, but that's the way they view it. "You're a sun dancer?" I said, "Well, yeah." Because someone had mentioned something about the Sundance, and we were talking about it. And people will come up and gift me presents, like, all the time. Like, it happened to me a lot. Like, I was gifted a buffalo skull. I was gifted a few things I have back here. I was gifted this turtle rattle from an elder for being a sun dancer. I was gifted this flute from an elder flute maker for being a sun dancer. I was also gifted, my mini-me's gonna fall, this drum. This drum, which I decorated. I was also gifted that drum. When I go to Manitoba, Canada, if I'm there for a Sundance or if I'm there for anything like that, people, because I'm an elder and they treat the others the same way, they will literally move out of their house and let you stay there while you're there visiting. They bring you food. It's crazy how respected they are. We are. I always forget to include myself in that. So anyways, the whole reason, like I said, that I came on here to talk to you guys about this, I never thought in a million years I'd tell you any of it, was because I wanted to explain to you how important it is to be a positive person. How important, I'm getting teared up. How important it is to respect nature and to pray to God and to believe. You have to believe. You have to honor Mother Earth. Recycle everything you can think of to recycle. We've done a lot of damage here, folks, in a lot of different ways. But on my channel, I'm trying my hardest to make you smile, to have a good time, to do all the things that I was told I had to do. So that's why the positive energy, the good vibes, all of those things matter. They matter to me. They matter to you, whether you know it or not. Stop the gossip. Stop the hateful speech. Stop the bickering. Stop all that. It's not good for you. It's not good for the planet. It's not good for you. And that's all I had to tell you tonight. And I've been talking for almost an hour. So, honor, respect. Honor and respect your elders. Honor and respect people who have less than you. Share what you have. Don't be selfish. Respect one another. And love. That's all I'm here to say. Spread love. I didn't think I was going to cry. Okay, so now you know why positive energy and good vibes and prayer are so important to me. And that's why I'm not gonna tolerate any of the negativity. I can't do it. I just can't. And that's not what I'm put here for. So God put it on my heart today that I needed to share this with you, and there's somebody out there that needed to hear this, and I don't know who you are, but this is something that I have kept secret for a long time from y'all and a lot of people that are probably going to see this. Not because I was ashamed or exact opposite of that, actually, but that is a very deep and important part of me. Just like I don't expect you to tell me all your business. That's my business. You know what I'm saying? So it's taken me this long to share it with y'all. And I just hope you don't look at me differently, like, you know, like my son who thought, oh my gosh, Mom, you're worshiping other gods or something. I'm worshiping the same God as you. I believe in Jesus Christ. I am a Christian. But I'm also Native American. And today is World Indigenous People Day. And we need to think about that. That's all I got to say about that. So, I don't know what to say. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you understand me better. Being Native American is important to me and my family, where the generation before my mom was not so hip to it. You know, they didn't want to be known as Native American because it was a bad thing. Well, I'm a proud Native American. And like I said before, you know, don't use words like Injun and squaw and, you know, those things are derogatory marks. They're like saying bad words to somebody who's Native. And I just thought I would educate you on a few things like that. That we do too believe in Jesus Christ. We do too pray to God. But we also believe that every living thing has a spirit. And that's it. That's what I came to tell you today. And like I said, I hope you understand where I'm coming from now. Maybe a little bit better. Maybe you understand my character a little better. The last thing on this earth that I would be is dishonest. The last thing on this earth I would do is cheat someone or put someone down or cause any kind of I'm not built that way, and I've said that a million times. I'm not built that way, but I don't think you guys realize to the extent that I meant that. And I've come to trust you, and I felt like today was the day that I needed to tell you. And hopefully you trust me a little bit more and understand me a little bit better. And that's all I had to say about that. Okay. Now, what our big giveaway tonight is I am going to custom make you a basket. Okay? That's what our big prize for tonight is. And also I'm going to custom make a smaller basket for the replay giveaway. Okay, basket weaving is a part of my culture. It's not just something I like to do, it's a part of my culture. and I will gear it more towards the native looking baskets. That you can be guaranteed because of tonight's live. And so that's what it's going to be. So for the tickets and all that stuff, our gift tonight is going to be a custom-made basket by me. And I'm sorry I didn't say hello like I normally do. This has just been so heavy on me that I needed to come here and say what I had to say. And, you know, hopefully you'll still be here. And I hope you understand me a little better. Okay. So I haven't not one word of what anybody's out there saying tonight. I haven't said hello. Hello, everybody. I love you so much. And let's get some giveaways going. Let me compose myself a little bit.
Okay. I got a stack. I've been keeping track of everybody.
Okay, where's your bag?
Right here.
Okay, put it in the bag.
I've got a whole stack of everybody.
Oh, he wasn't saying, oh, you want to go ahead and say them? Read them out?
They're in the bag now. I've been keeping everybody's name.
And you're sure you're not messing them up? You got everybody like you're supposed to get them?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Mark's been keeping very good track of any super chats and all that. So, he's writing some now. So you're all going in the bag. Also, VT Redneck from last week, yours is already in the bag. And before the end of the night, we will draw for a custom-made basket by me. And then the replay giveaway will be a smaller, but nevertheless a custom basket. So, anyways, like I said, I haven't had a chance to even say anything. Love that bear grease. Yep. Yep, that's good stuff, isn't it? I'm just kind of zooming, guys. I'm just kind of zooming. Whew, that was a lot. That was a lot for me to tell you. I was actually gifted another medicine pipe. I seen Thrissa's comment about her uncle's medicine pipe. I was actually gifted a medicine pipe that had 12 eagle feathers that were hanging from the bottom of it. And quite frankly, I didn't feel worthy of it. So I took it to a school that was being built on the reserve there. And I gave it to the elders there so that they could use that medicine pipe with the children to tell them stories and teach them about their heritage. And it's actually in a museum now. Oh. Oh. Yep. I love you guys so much. I'm reading some of your comments here. I'm sorry I wasn't able to say hello, and thanks, Thriss. I just thought I would share that part of me, and like I said, that's a very important part of me, but it's a very private part of me. But I just felt like, you know, I needed to get my point across, you know, that I'm not just out here saying I'm spreading positive. I only want you. I really mean it. I really mean it. I want us all to pray for one another. I want us all to send good energy and positive vibes and be positive people and come here and have fun and smile, because I was told that was my job. So, and I'm taking it seriously. So, hold on one second. I'm ugly crying over here.
Okay. No.
I should have brought some tissue. I didn't think I was going to
breath.
cry.
Okay.
That was a lot for me to reveal. Okay. Whew. Well, I love all you. And I mean it. This is not just some YouTuber. trying to make you have a good time. I really, really need you to have a good time. So there's no big bag of yarn for me to show you tonight, but you'll get your custom basket. I'm going to head over to the giveaway. And we're going to go over to this giveaway tool. And what do I got to do to make it for this? Hold on, guys. Let me get it up here. Okay, let me see. What are we going to make the keyword? Let's make the keyword prayer. Prayer. Okay, you guys can start saying prayer. I'm going to share the screen. Share screen. Giveaway tool. Share. The word is prayer. Go ahead and put your comments in. This is for 2 tickets in the bag.
Medicine Bear Women.
Doesn't look like it's moving. Are y'all saying prayer? Did I pick the wrong one or something? Members only, yeah. Is anybody saying prayer?
I am writing.
It doesn't look like it's working.
Okay.
Let me get back over here and try it again. Oh, everybody's saying stuff. We have a new member. I Crochet Sonia West. Well, welcome
We've got a couple
in.
new members.
Awesome. Alright, we're going to try it again. I don't see the chat moving at all. I don't know what happened here. Okay. Everybody start typing the word in prayer. I think it'll work.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay. It's working?
Yep. Hang on. Oh, yeah, it took off like a rocket ship on me.
Okay. Everybody put in the word prayer. Something's gone wrong with mine. Look. It's not moving at all. And there's 0 entries. How many entries do you see?
A bunch.
Right here.
I can't see that. But it's moving. Look. 10,000 people here, so okay. See, look. Prayer.
How come it's not showing up? Look, my chat has not moved.
Because you're not at the bottom of the chat.
Yes, I am. How weird is that?
I don't know. It's
Stop
weird,
screen. Yeah. I'm going to stop that. Let me go over here. Just continue to say prayer. There we go. All right, now it's going to work. Okay, it's continuing to go. All right, now I see it. Wow, that was weird. Did you see that, Mark?
You need to refresh, yeah.
I need to refresh.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. All right, we got 55. Don't forget your thummies tonight, too, everybody. Okay, 57. It's still creeping up a little bit. Yeah, I've got it now, Tank. Thank you. Okay. All right, let me get back over there. All right, here we go. This is going to be our first winner of 2 tickets. Carl Ann Cass. Congratulations, Carl Ann. Okay, Mark's gotcha.
Carl and Cass.
Yep, you got it? Okay. All right, we're going to draw again. This is for 2 tickets in the bag. Amy Betancourt. Congratulations, Amy.
Okay.
Let Mark write down. Got it? Okay. All right, here we go again. Barb Jarvie. Congratulations, Barb. Okay, we're going to draw one more time. 2 more tickets going in. Sally Horner. Okay, Mark's gotcha. All right, let me get back over there. Okay, there we go. Okay, I feel better now. Okay, congrats everybody that got the tickets.
Okay. There.
There we go. Okay, let's see.
All right.
As you can see, Al Pacachino's hanging out with us. He's got a new hat and a new bow tie and his sexy specs. Congrats to all the winners. Thanks everybody for participating.
And I just let them know that I took everybody's name, the
Yeah.
donation, and they're all on there.
See, everybody's tickets are in here. Everybody that all during the live, the tickets are in there for the custom made basket that I'll put a little native twist on for sure. Right, Antoinette. Your YouTube name is the YouTube Crier. I know, right? Oh man. Dawn gifted Crochet Queen China a membership. Did you catch that?
Who's that?
Okay. All right. Any memberships
It's
that
going
we
through.
need to know about? If Zoila's here, Thriss, somebody, Mama G, somebody help us out with that.
Well, Thriss was keeping a chance on them.
You're welcome, Diana
I
Kane.
was keeping up on them for a minute. You got any job? Oh, you got any job?
Okay. Hugs to Al get Pacachino. Stars at. Oh yeah, he's almost as stylish as Mark, isn't he? Yeah, I got plans for him too. I just haven't had time to do it. Okay, so could someone let Mark know about the membership so he can get them tickets in there?
Dominic.
Oh, it's all text to you.
Yes. Okay.
First text everything to you.
Oh, shucks.
None are missing. Okay, thank you, Thriss. That's all right, Gwen. We trust you. Write one for Gwen. Here, I will.
Okay.
There you go, Gwen, going in. Now we can start ringing the bell and being normal.
Okay.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Hang on. Let
You're
me
welcome,
catch up with here. That's where I left off. So there's a bunch more there. Gifted memberships and that.
Okay, gifted memberships. Yeah.
Janet Dixon.
Yeah, it gets to be ridiculous. I trust you, Gwen. I ain't worried about it, girl. Mark's writing down all the gifted memberships. A little bit more somber of a live tonight, you guys, but I hope you understand where I'm coming from and why I felt like I needed to share that part of my life with y'all. Never thought I'd do it, honestly. I had no intentions. You can ask there's Mom G. I'm like, nope, I'm never telling them that stuff. Because, you know, some people believe that if you're Native American, you don't believe in Jesus or whatever. It could start this whole big controversy or whatever. We all just do things differently. But as long as you believe in God and Jesus, you're good. You know, you're good. Thank you, Gwen. Oh, you too old to care. You have a good night. You're welcome, Sally. Thank you, Medicine Bear Woman. I appreciate that. Yes, definitely praying for healing. Thank you, Mama G. I was very nerve-wracked up until this point. You know that, guys. Thanks. What's normal? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Normal's a set on the dryer. It's a setting on the dryer. That's about as close to normal as I'll get. Okay. Did you get all the memberships, babe? And who gifted them? Do all?
Yeah, she's...
I'm sorry, it's a little bit different.
it
I
now.
know, guys. It's just, like I said, a little bit different this time. Thank you, Antoinette. Thank you, Deborah Day. Yeah, we don't celebrate the other name for this day in our house because he was not a good person. I'm going to just leave that at that. Thank you, Granny Joe. You caught my attention a little over a year ago, and I'm hooked. I love you bunches, Dee and Mark, and everyone that joins your live shows here and beyond. We love you too, Granny Joe. You're such a wonderful part of my channel. I appreciate you all so much. Normal is boring. Absolutely, Amy. Yeah. You gotta teach your kids the truth. That's for sure. Normal is just a setting on the dryer. Exactly. Mark's got his A game going on tonight, guys. He hasn't forgotten anybody. Thirst has been texting him the memberships and all that stuff, and he's got it down. Well, I appreciate you guys all hanging out with me. And I hope that you guys enjoyed my story or learned something, or I don't know why, but there's somebody out there that needed to hear this, and it was weighing heavy on my heart today. And so I never thought in a million years I'd tell you all of that. And Anyone that doubts me, I got the scars to prove it. Mama G's got everything written down also. But
Sorry, there. Okay, I'm back to the... Okay, I'm back to where you are. Okay,
thank you, Cindy Lulu.
caught up.
Y'all caught up?
Yeah, caught up.
Okay, so he's got writer's cramp and his arthritis, you know. Truly appreciate the support of our community for our charity, Antoinette. Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Mel. Guess what I did? I knit a beanie. I know, Antoinette showed me a picture. She sent me a picture last night to show me. Loved hearing everything and sharing this time with you, Dee. Thank you, Little Hook. I appreciate ya. All right. Well, like I said, it's a little bit different tonight, and we'll resume our normal whatever lives from this point on. But this was important for me to do tonight. And I hope you guys learned a little something. Maybe can understand me. Thank you, Barb. Thank you. And let's see. Is there anything I need to tell you? I got a Happy Mail video coming up. Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there, be square for our...
Endeavor Day. I had First Nations people on both sides of her family, and they weren't proud of it.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, you know?
Nobody wanted to be in India.
Yeah. Nobody wanted to be Native American at all. It was a bad thing. It was a bad thing to be Native. Yeah, my grandma went around telling everybody she was Italian because she had the darker skin and the dark hair. Yeah, to get away with it so she didn't have to tell people that. Thank you, Jessica. Yeah, it was very sad.
Okay.
Yep.
That's like the wind talkers during the war. You know, they used them, and if they got any way
Talk louder.
compromised, you know, they shot them. It's
Yeah.
protect.
Yep. Yeah, so that's my story. And there's a lot of facets to me. I'm not what you see. All right, so we are going to pick for this basket. So if you want to get any last minute tickets in, you know what? Let's do some more free ones.
Kristen Amstad just put in. Oh, got quite a few in there.
It was in my family too. Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandma is a mission school survivor. Ah, fear kept her quiet for 40 years. Yep, my family too. Yep, I understand that completely. Yeah, it was even a bad thing to be called half-breed. Yep. Like a diamond. Thank you, Medicine Bear Woman. I was taken away at birth from my native mother and placed in foster care at 4 days old. Yep. Okay. All right. Oh, we're not done yet. I'm gonna do some giveaways. I had it pointed up so the bell wouldn't bother anybody.
Well, I wasn't ringing no bell.
Well, now I realize that now, but okay. Anybody that did not put the word in prayer before, put it in now. Oh, yeah, because then I'll have to... All right, let me go to StreamYard. And I'm going to share it again. Okay, that was our last winner, Sally Horner. Anybody who has not put the word in prayer, put it in again. I'm going to hit the draw again. Give you a couple seconds here. If it doesn't go up, then I'm going to push it. And this is for 2 tickets in the bag. Okay, and see who gets the next 2 tickets.
Okay, Tracy Hoover. Got her in there. Okay. Caught that.
The Naked Snail. Congratulations. 2 tickets for the Naked Snail. Okay, we're going to go again. Jessica, show me confections. I thought you were going to SMC. That's what I heard last night on Mara's Live. 2 tickets in the bag, my friend. Here we go. One more time.
All right. Who was that?
Jessica, show me confections. And Teresa Harp, congratulations. All right, congratulations, everybody. Let me stop the share. There we go. My mouth is so dry.
And who was the last one?
What's that?
The last draw you had there?
The last one is Teresa Harp.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, Mark's got them tickets. There goes another super chat from Thriss.
Okay.
Okay. Thriss is in. Okay, guys. Thank you, Mary Fiber Creations. I appreciate
And
that.
before everything happened, Tracy Hooper, and I caught that, and I put that in there. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Friday the 13th, you're changing it.
Danny Joel, Denise Hoffman. And
Okay, anybody that wants to get in the bag, now's your time, because we're going to pick a winner, and then I'll give you, matter of fact, I'll give you the replay winner,
Danny Joel.
replay giveaway word. Talk, D.
Danny Joel, Denise Hoffman.
Let's make the replay word honor. 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 That's going to be our replay word for a small custom made basket. And this right here, when we choose the winner, is for a larger custom made basket by me. Mark's getting all the tickets ready.
Sure you are. Chris. White boy crochet.
You can just write Mara. You don't have to write the whole thing. There's only one Mara. Yeah, I was in her live last night, and Jessica Show Me Confections is going to change her name to SMC. So Jessica SMC, Show Me Confections. But she's not doing it until Friday the 13th.
Carol's crochet corner. Okay.
Mark's still writing down tickets, and I'm still mixing them. Make sure none of these buggers are stuck together.
Okay. There's a whole stack. Okay. I need more.
You need me to rip tickets?
Yep, rip tickets.
Rip it, rip it.
Cabals.
We're going to frog some tickets.
Bass. Okay, up. Chris.
Here.
Diana Crane. Mama Gear.
Maybe that should do you for a minute, eh? That should do you. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I need to get a few more. I don't know.
Cherry. peace. Chris.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, everybody. Jeez, a peace, Paula, man.
Oh, Teresa, happy birthday. Tomorrow's Teresa Harp's birthday, everybody. Wish Teresa happy birthday. That's awesome.
Denise Lee. Jessica.
Just write Jessica SMC. I'll know who it is. Marie Simpson's telling everybody, don't forget them thummies. Gotta feed that algorithm monster. BT Redneck, your ticket from last week is in this bag. Just so you know. You think you're getting yarn for your birthday? You know what? I just thought of something. Why Mark is doing that? All right, if you are interested in either of these two yarns, send me an email. The person wasn't able to pay for these. And, you know, there's a time limit on those because we got to get them all mailed out. And so we have the purple, or this is one that Mark dyed. This is the pastel-y orange, yellow, and green. And then this is the tonal purple. All different shades of purple. So these four are up for grabs. Just send me an email. First person with the email sent is the one who gets them. Okay, whichever ones they may be. Are you still writing, babe?
It's still coming through.
Oh, wow. Thank you, everybody. Wow.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay. You take your time. No rush.
Take my time and hurry up, right? Get it, Joe.
Well, happy birthday, Don Aaron. That's right. Your birthday is coming here, too. Yes, they're both what they call sock weight, fingerling weight. I say fingerling, everybody thinks that's funny. Fingerling, I like fingerling better. Okay. You good? No, still? Okay. I think that's the last one.
Okay.
Okay, that's the last one. Okay, good luck, everybody.
Whew. I'm going to have to go get the Ben Gay on my hand here.
Okay, babe. One ticket.
Somebody's going to get a tisket, a tasket. Someone's going to get a custom-made basket. Okay. Are we ready? All right. Let's reach to the bottom.
I'll be putting out another basket tutorial on an elbow basket, which is actually shaped like a heart. It's a very nice basket.
Okay.
Very beginner-friendly. So I'll be putting out.
Everybody. And who we got?
And the winner is Sally Horner.
All right. There you go.
Sally Horner wins our custom-made basket. Sally, email me, and I'll explain what you get to customize on it. So Sally Horner won the customized basket. All of these are going in our other basket for the monthly draw. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you so much. And I love you all. And I'm glad you're still here and you didn't bail on me. And I love you guys so much. And congratulations, Sally. Email me and we'll talk a little bit on it. Aw, are you sure, Sally? How come every time I give you something, you give it away?
Send it to Dawn for her birthday.
Okay, well then, Dawn, Aaron, send me an email and we will figure out your customization for your basket. All right, should I have hurt feelings about this, Sally? Okay, I love you guys all so much. That was very kind of you, Sally. Dawn, Aaron, get a hold of me, and we will discuss how we're going to do your basket. And don't forget that replay word is honor. Wait till after the live is done and put it in there. You guys are members. You know, you're old school. You got this. And congratulations, everybody who won tickets tonight. Congratulations to Sally Horner, Dawn, Aaron. And I will be putting out some replay giveaways, calling winners for that, and all the other things that I discussed. You'll keep the next one? Okay, Sally, I love you. I'm just teasing your girlfriend. And I appreciate you guys being here. Much love, my friends. Remember, spread that positive energy, man. World needs more of that. And we'll see you next time.
Leave the thumbs up.
Don't forget your thummies. All right, bye, everybody. Good night.